We've got a bunch more games to get through. Next up, Dishonored Dose.
Oh my god.
Looks like Emily Caldwin's back as well. All right, who's the biggest Dishonored fan here?
This girl.
All right, go for it. What do you think?
I'm really excited. I'm really glad that it's technically that it picks up from the last game. Like I really like the world. I was hoping for a prequel, but the idea that you get to play as Emily, who I'm not going to spoil it because they announced Dishonored Definitive Edition.
Oh, they did.
So if you haven't played Dishonored yet, it's coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, so I won't spoil it. But Emily is a very important character from the first game that doesn't get not a lot of the spotlight.
Yeah.
And I'm also very, very excited that they showcased her in the trailer. You can play as Emily or as Corvo, but they focused on her. And it reminded me, I hate to call this out, but it reminded me of the Syndicate reveal, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, where you have the male and female playable protagonists, but they led with Jacob, which is the boy. I really liked what I saw.
So you can play as both her and Corvo in it?
Either or, I think you get to pick. It looks great. It looks like the world has sort of teched up a little bit. It looks a little bit more evolved from the last game. I'm really excited to see where this goes story-wise because the narrative was one of my favorite things about Dishonored.
Speaking of that, does this look like the same city, same environment that was in the first game? Or
no,
is this, like,
this
separate?
looks entirely different. It looks, yeah. I mean, her outfit.
Obviously, it's a CG trailer, so we can't really take too much from it. But it looks thematically similar, but a very, very different aesthetic.
And we were talking before the show went live about how the Dishonored came out and had a great sort of an art style to it, but maybe technically didn't wow us in the ways that we would have hoped, especially probably because of the end of that generation. Those consoles were looking a little bit light in terms of technical prowess. But in terms of gameplay and whatnot here, was there anything else that stood out to you guys in terms of like the weapons, the powers that Emily was wielding?
She's the smoke monster from Lost, apparently.
Yeah, she's got Jackie Estacado's darkness beings or something happening.
It was cool. I mean, obviously we saw a look at, I think she had the blink, she had the time slowdown. She also has some kind of like grappling hook that we just used to scale across buildings there. And obviously the crossbow, which Corvo used to great fight. Oh, there it is. It seems to come out of her.
Yeah, it looks like it comes from like prototype.
Yeah,
like that.
But yeah, it looks cool, and I mean, I'm just excited to see more, really.
We don't have a date on this one as of yet, but they did said that.
No, they didn't say spring.
No, they said. Did they say anything?
No,
no, there's
I was
no
looking at the
time.
wrong notes.
PC, Xbox, PlayStation.
And Dishonored Definitive Edition, which, interestingly enough, who called this out? And there was somebody who said it to us beforehand. Yes, Phil Wade 75 before the show said, "Do you think there'll be a Dishonored remaster?" Yeah, called it. So we're gonna have an HD version of Dishonored coming out to PlayStation 4, Xbox One. Did they say PC for that one as well?
Yes, they did.
They did. All right, so you can pay your you can finally play Dishonored in HD later on this year. Yeah, and that's pretty much all that happened here at the Bethesda conference. Some other little bits and bobs, but yeah, Dishonored was probably another one of the biggest games at it. So yeah, for continuing coverage of Dishonored and all the other games Bethesda showing off here and all the games we're going to have at E3, make sure you stay tuned to GameSpot.com.